Hi, I'm Mark Strollo, and I'm here to tell you about the all-new Entegra Insignia.
And I'm Matt Strollo.
Matt's here. He's going to help me out today, and I'm going to get going right off the bat here. I couldn't be more excited to talk about this coach because it has so many unique features. What makes it unique is that there just isn't other companies that build them like Entegra does. First, I want to start off by saying that this coach is the quietest riding, best handling diesel on the market, period. The reason why, Matt, you can probably come in here and help me with this, is the construction. The big thing with the construction is that with Entegra, it's a hung wall fiberglass. So what I mean by that is it's more of a residential build. When you have a house built, the walls sit down on the foundation and then they're screwed in to the foundation. Here it's the same exact thing. So we have a hung wall fiberglass, so it's not laminated wall like most manufacturers, and I'll get into that in a minute, and that sits on the foundation by itself. When you have a laminated wall, the walls are actually screwed to the sidewall and they kind of hang by themselves. Here it sits on the foundation and it's screwed down with 8.5-inch bolts. What's really amazing about that is the fact that it's not laminated. The benefit there is it can't delaminate. I'm sure you've all seen it, and Matt, maybe you can touch on this, but coaches sometimes after even a year or 2 years or 3 years, if they're laminated, you can kind of see waves going down the side, and what does that do for resale value?
It just is very detrimental to the resale value, Mark. I've actually seen other manufacturers put on the back of their brochure, it has a 5-year warranty against delamination. You'll never ever have to worry about delamination. It's never laminated.
It's not laminated. So this is all of your really high-end diesels and your couple $100,000 and above. This is the construction that you would expect to see. Most manufacturers, you would think they wouldn't carry their construction methods from their $10,000 travel trailer all the way up into their luxury diesels, or their diesels. I shouldn't say luxury, but here we don't do that. So we don't have the same construction as a travel trailer or a $15,000 fifth wheel or anything like that. This is separate. This is different. It's unique. I also want to go into, Matt, you can probably help me with this, but a little bit about the warranty. There is no diesel manufacturer out there that has a 2-year warranty. Entegra Coach does it. They go out on a limb and they put a 2-year warranty on it that is absolutely tremendous. For that second year, Matt, you have a full, how did you put it earlier? You said you have an extra.
You have 2 full camping seasons of coverage.
Right.
I mean, the appliances are so expensive on a coach like this. You're talking about a 10,000 watt diesel generator.
Right.
That's thousands of dollars.
So all of these things are warranted for 2 years. What's absolutely really amazing on top of that is that during that time frame of the warranty, it's actually transferable. That warranty is transferable. For some reason you had sold it or traded it, can go on to that second owner. That's unheard of. There is no manufacturer doing a 2-year warranty. There's no manufacturer that would offer it to be transferable. There is no manufacturer that I know of that offers that 3-year platinum level CoachNet. So you have 24-hour technical assistance from CoachNet, which is absolutely amazing. So a warranty coverage that is absolutely like no other, that is part of the reason that makes it a luxury diesel. And you want that kind of luxury experience when you're buying a coach like this, because I got to tell you that there are a lot of manufacturers out there that it could be not really a pleasant experience, right? So they're just not in that market. They may build them, but it's not a pleasant experience. So I really encourage you to take a good long look at the Entegra Coach, because it is a true luxury diesel, because it offers like a luxury, you have a luxury backbone in the company. The company has the facilities and has the team and has the employees that are able to support a customer that has a coach like this. And I think that really makes it unique. Matt, anything to add with as far as the warranty goes?
Well, also going based on the Spartan chassis on this Insignia.
Amazing.
I mean, most manufacturers make it an option for the Spartan premium chassis.
Or not available at all.
Or just not available.
Is it premium chassis? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're okay.
But because I get a little excited here, because you're right on with that, Matt. You have 3-year 50,000-mile warranty through Spartan. So you also have 24-hour roadside assistance through Spartan during that 3-year 50,000 also. So just imagine the warranty coverage you get with this luxury diesel just by buying an Entegra. So you have the 2 years. It's transferable if you for some reason needed to. You have the 3-year platinum level CoachNet service, and then you have the Spartan 3-year 50,000 24-hour assistance as well, right?
And on top of that, Mark, the Insignia actually boasts a 450 horsepower Cummins ISL turbo diesel.
That's actually really amazing, because if you take a coach like this, a luxury diesel, you would expect it to have that 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, that 450 horsepower. That is not happening.
No.
Most of these manufacturers are going to be putting in 400s or
380s.
380s. You know, for this price point, it is tremendous to have these features. I also wanted to mention to you that there really isn't any options with this coach. And Matt, you could probably tell me some of the benefits of not having any options on a coach.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe 1 or 2 options, I think.
Some of the other manufacturers out there, if they just have a laundry list of options, Mark, what happens is it devalues your coach, because in order to get a true value, the book just doesn't add options.
Got it.
So
good. Well put, Matt. That's awesome. So with the Entegra, it's what makes it really nice is that all the little things that you would expect to have, they already come with it. So again, a luxury diesel manufacturer. It's on a luxury platform, so it's on a Spartan chassis. It gives you a 2-year warranty, and in my opinion, all of these things right now are unique. Right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. The awesome thing about this, Mark, I just want to make sure that we don't forget about it, is the Sikkens full body paint package.
Awesome.
Did you tell me I had 3 coats of clear coat on this?
This is, I'm going to try not to interrupt you because I get excited about this, because it's like, it has like a wet look, right? So what does that wet look do? You're right, 3 coats of clear coat. What does that do for resale value, Matt?
I mean, we're in Florida right now, Mark, but this coach can go anywhere. It's never going to just fade, get that dirty kind of old aged look before it's time.
Good. Didn't you tell me earlier that it was like $100 per can of paint
Mark,
for this?
it's double that actually. Sikkens is like $210 a gallon.
Right.
A gallon.
So what
That's
that
a lot of
means,
gallons.
what that means is resale. So you have a lot of things that are going to factor into the value of an Entegra. That makes it a true luxury diesel. The other thing I wanted to mention quickly, and I know we're going to want to get going here, but the thing is that at Entegra, every coach that rolls out of the door at Entegra, it's almost, well, they have a program where it's like, they call it wash and ready. So these coaches come out of the factory ready to be used. That is absolutely amazing, absolutely unheard of for any diesel coach. So it's a great experience owning an Entegra, so it's important to consider the Entegra if you're in the market for a diesel. So again, Spartan chassis, we talked about that. So luxury diesel platform. You have the 2-year warranty, and you have unique construction on the sidewalls. So it is a hung wall fiberglass that cannot delaminate. These are some things that you want associated with a luxury diesel. Let's get right into it here. Underneath here, I just wanted to point out a few quick things. Matt, go ahead, you can open that. This is awesome. This is very unique here. It has an automotive style carpeting. So it's stain resistant and very easy to clean. It's also a thermostatically controlled basement. So this is like, it's actually, you can set the temperature to whatever you want. So if you want your basement to be 70 degrees, great. If you want it to be 80 degrees, awesome, no problem. Thermostatically controlled basement, you want that in a luxury diesel.
The other great thing too, Mark, is that this coach is equipped with HWH hydraulic leveling jacks. The nice thing about that, they're actually hydraulic down and hydraulic back up. Most brands in this price point, they cheapen up, they put hydraulic down and then a cheap little spring to try and spring load it back up. Typically doesn't work. Most brands, if they're trying to be a luxury coach, they usually cut corners, skimp along the lines. Entegra, you're just not going to see it.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention down here, which is really what kind of another thing that makes the Entegra really unique, is it is, Matt, you mentioned it's the quietest riding, best handling coach in the market. It's because it has X bracing. Matt, go right ahead.
I mean,
I know you're like jumping out of your skin to talk about this.
The X bracing is phenomenal. Nobody else does it like Entegra coach. It's definitely the quietest riding, best handling coach in the market today.
Explain
period.
that. Talk about that.
The main reason, if you come down here, if you look at the X bracing, they actually put 10. They apply 10 X braces through this whole coach. What that does, it's going to stop the flexing, the twisting of the chassis.
It's actually going to protect the coach from things like tiles cracking, or even windshields breaking and cracking. A lot of manufacturers have they're just notorious for tiles cracking and windshields popping out and cracking. With the Entegra coach, again, it's a luxury diesel, so they're not going to allow that to happen.
Most brands don't offer anything like it. This is an Entegra exclusive.
One of my favorite features about the Entegra Insignia is that it's the overall look of an Insignia. So if you look at this coach just going down the road or just sitting in your driveway, first of all, it's going to have that really, really shiny look, as Matt pointed out, because it has 3 coats of clear coat. So it has a wet, shiny look, which really helps with the resale value. You don't have that in other coaches. The other thing that makes it really, really unique is that when these slides go in, they actually go in flush to the sidewall. That is absolutely amazing. Because that frame has a little bit more rigidity to it and it's a stronger frame, it doesn't really flex. So these slides are able to go in flush. No manufacturer can do that. So these guys can do it. So you don't have that big picture frame, and we even have some manufacturers out there that are doing, making that frame look integrated, but it's still kind of a border type of thing. But here, when these slides are in, this coach looks absolutely stunning and amazing. So again, flush slides, and on top of that, we have frameless windows. You could probably see down here, right, Matt?
Yep, frameless windows.
Frameless windows. So the frameless windows give it that really, really high-end luxury look. Again, this coach going down the road, you can tell an Entegra is going down the road because of the way it looks. Really quick, I wanted to quickly point out something down here. This is tremendous because this price point, you do not find these things. You don't find a coach with a 2-year warranty, a Spartan chassis, a 450 horsepower coach. Underneath here, some really unique things. The batteries in this, I believe, are called an L16 battery. Is that right, Matt?
Glass mats, Mark.
Glass mat batteries. So those are kind of mid-ship, so you have much more storage out here. So those are sealed battery, so a really, really high-end battery. And then on top of that, all of your, this is brand new too for this year, so they put all of your disconnect switches in one area. So that's really, really, really cool because you don't have to go searching for your coach disconnect, your chassis disconnect, and your battery disconnect. You don't have to look for all that. All of your main disconnects are in one area. To me, that's a tremendous feature because you don't want your batteries to be drawn down. So just to recap down here, absolutely amazing. You have the L16 glass mat batteries, so high-end sealed batteries, and then you have your all of your disconnect switches are in one area. The Entegra Insignia, amazing quality coach, and it's very, very unique because it has things like 2-year warranty, Spartan chassis, unique residential type of build, 16 inches on center, hung wall fiberglass. These things are not seen in other coaches. So if you want to buy a coach that's gonna work, I mean, I hate to say that, but there are a lot of manufacturers that just simply, you can spend a couple $100,000 on a diesel and they just simply don't work. Here, not only do you have the backbone of a really good quality company that is going to stand behind its product and give you a 2-year warranty, but it's built with the best quality materials. So here you can, again, I just wanted to point out a few things. Again, Spartan chassis, aluminum rims. So that, again, that's Spartan luxury chassis. Great place to put that. Kind of neat here. You have you have your own special door for your DEF fluid, which is really kind of unique because normally, most coaches you're going to have to open up the big door just to get into your DEF tank. So that's a really, really cool feature. So you don't have to open up this big door just to get at your diesel exhaust fluid. Okay, just a few things on the back. Again, we had talked about the Entegra Insignia being don't be scared, man. Come right in here. Talked about the Entegra Insignia being the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market. Matt, explain to me a little bit about the front and rear caps being insulated and how some manufacturers don't do that and how that contributes to the being quiet, the ride
Absolutely,
inside.
Mark. Just one moment, please. I just want to get right by you. If you open up the rear hatch here, Mark, you're going to notice.
Surprised you're able to do that, man. It's a little heavy.
Yeah. What you're going to notice is they actually insulate heavily the front and rear caps of the coach. We're talking about R22 insulation on the front and rear caps. The reason why I'm telling you about that, Mark, most manufacturers don't insulate the front and rear caps, believe it or not.
Wow.
Imagine if you owned a $300,000 house, they didn't insulate the front or the rear of the house.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, so not with Entegra. That's part of what makes it a luxury diesel. So again, this is the 450 horsepower Cummins motor, and it's got 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, right?
Yep.
So it's also, and here is a great way you can kind of take a look and see that you have a side radiator, rather than a rear radiator, so it helps with the cooling. Also, things are kind of a little bit easier to get at back here. Also wanted to mention a lot of some chassis manufacturers, your tanks are plastic. Here you have metal tanks. So
Mark, did you mention the towing capability already?
The towing is actually 15,000 pound towing capacity. Am I saying that right, Matt?
Yeah, most brands are only 10.
So you have 15,000 pound towing capacity. Maybe this is your expertise here, Matt. If you want to.
Yeah, Mark, you got the Thetford Santa Con Turbo.
Oh, Matt, you having a hard time there?
1,000.
So okay, Matt, go ahead. Focus, Matt.
No, the nice thing about this, Mark, it's a macerator.
Okay, it's a macerator.
At the end of the day,
standard?
It's standard with this coach. You don't have to option. Like you mentioned earlier, there's not a million options.
Right,
with
amazing.
the coach.
Matt, the neat thing about this is that you can actually go 150 feet out because this is actually, you can hook this up to a regular garden hose, which is really unique. So you can actually, it's a macerator, so it's going to grind everything up and it's going to put it through a smaller tube, and you can actually pump this out 150 feet out. You can go 20 feet uphill if you had to. That's absolutely, and you can actually get rid of a complete holding tank in just over a minute. So
you can have a dirty water fight with it, Mark.
No, we wouldn't have a dirty water fight with it, Matt. Let's put that right back in there, Matt. So the other neat thing too is that all of the smells that are associated with holding tanks and that kind of thing are actually not in an Entegra, which is actually really neat because it has what they call a 360 siphon vent. So it has, all of our holding tanks are vented through the outside, so it creates an oxygen-rich environment inside. So if you ever have company or over in your coach, and a lot of times RVs are just associated with the smells that come from holding tanks, from wastewater tanks, from freshwater tanks, all that stuff, not in an Entegra coach. And I actually think it's a really, really unique feature because it has a special vent on top of the coach. It's called the 360 siphon vent. It takes all those smells associated with your tanks and kind of vents it out through the top. You actually have a monitor panel down here, which is really cool. So not only inside, but you also have a monitor panel outside. You have lights out here. There's your macerator switch. Really cool. You also have a black tank flush. So that's kind of all. That's it for that compartment. In here also you have your aqua hot heating system, which is really cool. That's actually standard. So it's a really, really expensive option, right, Matt? Can you tell us a little bit more about how that works?
The aqua hot usually markets around $8,000 to $10,000 option. It's standard on this Insignia.
Wow.
The other nice thing too, you actually have radiant heated floors. Most brands in this price point would never even think about putting radiant heated floors in the coach.
Glad you brought that up, Matt, because part of the construction uniqueness or difference with an Entegra is that the floor is a 6-inch thick floor. So it's built with 2x4s. So if you could imagine, there's a 6-inch floor here. Absolutely amazing construction. And as Matt pointed out, you have radiant heat in that floor that comes with that aqua hot heating system. And then you have like a residential type of insulation inside.
R33 insulation, Mark.
In the floor because you have 6-inch floor. So you have 2x4s, and then you have a 3/4 inch plywood on top, 3/4 inch plywood on the bottom, and then so that's kind of what makes it a quiet riding coach. So again, all sorts of things are standard, but you have the retractable power cord. These things are option on most coaches, not with
Mark,
Entegra.
and real quick though, I'm sorry, but you have endless hot water on this coach. So those hour showers you take, you can do it with this coach.
Right. At least I take some showers. So coming around the front here, I wanted to spend a little bit of time here before we go inside. It is the largest windshield in the industry. So it's 120 inches, 120-inch windshield. What that means is that you have a wraparound windshield. Most coaches, you're going to have a 12-inch or even sometimes bigger A-pillar. So you don't have any obstructed views in an Entegra coach. So Matt, tell me a little bit more about that windshield.
The nice thing about the windshield, Mark, is it's actually imported from Turkey. So they actually use Turkish sand. So it has less distortion. That's the only reason that they can actually wrap it around the complete windshield of the coach. So you have minimal distortion.
Higher quality build.
Absolutely.
So the idea is that, part of the experience of owning a coach is kind of going where, getting to where you're going. So that windshield really plays a big part in that because it's the largest windshield in the industry, and our coach is like a cab forward design, right? So you actually feel like you're kind of
on top of the road.
On top of the road. So what's amazing, and the other really, really unique thing is that these mirrors that Matt's hanging onto here is that they are kind of placed in the right spot. So like as you're looking, if you're going down the road, your mirrors are actually right in front of you, not up top, not down below, not off to the side. So really high-end type of bus configuration here. So your mirrors are, how am I saying that, Matt? How are the?
It's facing forward design. That's what it is.
Cab facing forward design, and then your mirrors are kind of out front also. So in addition to that, up front, what's really unique is that you have these industrial-sized wiper blades.
Mark, don't be bashful with this.
The reason why I point that out is just the other day I was looking at a coach and it had windshield wipers that would be like the same type of windshield wipers you'd find on like a Honda Civic, right? So you would think that with a big bus like this, you would have industrial sized wipers. Not all manufacturers. This is a really, really, really high-end durable wiper. So it's what you'd expect on a luxury diesel. You have that with Entegra. Very safe design. Again, you have that 120-inch windshield, really smaller A-pillars. And as Matt was pointing out earlier, these mirrors are a really big deal because they kind of sit out front, not up top, not off to the side, very safe. So you actually almost don't have to take your eyes off the road to look at your mirrors. Up front here, some awesome, really cool things. This lights up at night. So you have accent lights that light up at night, which are absolutely amazing. And of course, these also light up at night too. You can't really see them now, but so when Entegra is going down the road, you know it's an Entegra.
Mark, you forgot something super important on the front here. It actually has a slide-out generator tray. Most brands in this price point, Mark, they don't even offer that. So what happens if you do have an issue with your generator? You take it into a service facility, they actually have to drop the generator outside the coach. You're stuck for
awesome.
2 days.
What size generator, Matt?
10,000 watt
What do you
diesel
find
generator.
in other coaches, Matt?
8 maybe.
Okay, so resale value, it helps? Okay, good. Let's go inside. The front of the Entegra is really, really unique, and I want to kind of point out a few things here. Now I know I'm not the most technologically advanced person in the world. Matt makes fun of me for it all the time. This actually has Apple CarPlay. All of your high-end luxury cars have that, so you would think that a diesel motor would have it. A lot of manufacturers don't have it. Your iPhone or your Droid phone, you can just plug it right into there, and you can upload, Google Maps or
iTunes,
your iTunes, your favorite songs, just by plugging right into there. So really, really kind of unique for a diesel to have. Anything you can mention about that, Matt?
That's phenomenal, Mark. But don't forget about the Pandora on the screen, on the touch screen. Actually comes with that.
That comes with a standard? Wow,
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Another neat thing, too, is that you would think that a luxury diesel would have more than one camera in the back. Well, here you have a hitch view and a horizon view as far as the rear camera goes. Maybe I should have pointed that out in the back, but so you have a lower view if you're towing a car, and then you have a horizon view if you want to look out a little farther, and that's here. So that's really kind of unique. And so up front, you can kind of get a look here. You have that cab forward design, and you have that wraparound windshield. And if you notice that these A-pillars are very, they're not as, they're
obstructive.
They don't obstruct your view. So again, your mirrors, you don't have to kind of move forward or bend backwards to look at the mirrors. They're right in front of you. A lot of really, really cool things. Up here is a good place to see that all of the cabinetry in here is 100% real wood. So it's not what's amazing is that literally all of this stuff is good quality real wood, and it helps in terms of resale value. So more of like a residential type of look, just absolutely amazing. A couple of things inside here. The front seats are really unique. Matt is sitting on what they call a queen seat, so it's a lot bigger. And of course these swivel and they're both power, but they're flex steel seats and they're huge seats. A lot of manufacturers, they put in these dinky seats, same seats that you would find in a Class A gas or something. But here, big diesel front seats, which is great.
Lifetime warranty on the frame of the flex steel upgraded seats.
That's absolutely amazing. So the thing is that like you wouldn't think of a lot of these things like a 2-year warranty, or how that paint is made, or how the construction of the sidewalls are. But with Entegra, you had that, so you really want to look close at some of the advantages of an Entegra. What's really cool about the interior here of this particular model is that it's a 100-inch sofa. What's neat about that is you actually have a queen hide-a-bed. Not very few luxury diesels or very few diesels have that queen pull-out bed. Matt, we have a 50-inch TV, is that right?
Absolutely. Furrion upgraded 50-inch LED
Awesome.
upgraded TV.
Good. And then up top here we have 3 13.5 air conditioners with heat pump, and they are whisper quiet. Matt, what does that mean, whisper quiet?
No, Mark, we can actually have a conversation
Good,
here.
yeah.
So you don't have to yell back and forth. The other cool thing about the ACs, it actually has several, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 AC vents in the cockpit area. Mark, the other nice thing too, these are actually no more screws up front
Wow.
here. Actually magnetics
So
right up top here.
to clean the filters and stuff, it's really easy. Wow, that's awesome. Good. Inside, I wanted to kind of take a second to explain a few things. This is really, really neat. This is a ceramic tile, which is all new for this year. It's an amazing look. So here again, underneath me, you got a 6-inch floor. That's what makes it really unique. And Matt, tell me about how they make the tile and go up to the cabinets. That's
actually, Mark, this is just the most amazing part of it all. I've never installed it myself, Mark, but the nice
that would
thing,
be scary, Matt.
Yeah, the nice thing about Entegra Coach, Mark, is they actually tile around the walls. They don't tile underneath the walls. Most other manufacturers put the tile underneath the wall.
So they tile it from front to back.
Yeah, absolutely. And they actually have true grout lines. Everything's nice and flush. Most other brands, they actually tile underneath the walls. That's where you get the squeaks. That's why this coach is ultimately the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today.
So the cabinets go in and then they tile up to the cabinets.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
mean, if Mark, if they actually ever got a broken tile,
Good. Let's go.
I mean, it'd just
Matt,
be,
help me with some of the drawers.
this
Show 'em
storage
the
is
storage.
crazy, Mark.
So every Entegra, they really do a good job in their kitchens. They have a tremendous amount of storage. If you're going to be spending some time in your coach, you want to be able to have some good drawer space, some good cabinets, a spot for a waste paper basket. All these things are very, very, very important because you don't want to have things that simply you just don't have a place for. So you have plenty of counter space and plenty of room to put everything away. If you're having company over, again, we talked about that 360 siphon vent earlier. You can have company over, not have to worry about the smells associated with holding tanks. On top of that, you don't have to leave things out on your counters. They can be stored away because you have a lot of storage in here. So really unique kitchens. They have a tremendous amount of storage. Just moving on back here, just wanted to, multiplex lighting system is standard. So you can just hit a button and all of your, you can either dim your lights or turn them all on or all off. This here has the kick plate here for your central vac. In here is really unique feature. I wanted to point this out. This is crazy. You would think that, you know, most RV manufacturers would have this, but they don't. Oftentimes you see manufacturers with the fuses. You know, you got to pull the fuse, and hopefully you have one with you. If you're anything like me, or definitely I know my brother Matt, you know, we're not the handiest people in the world, so we don't carry extra fuses and tools and that kind of stuff with us. But here you have resettable breakers. So if you have a fuse that goes, you have a little panel here that gives you a green light or a red light. It'll tell you which one it is. All you have to do is just hit the button. So it's a resettable breaker like your house. So really, really unique feature. Again, you have that aqua hot heating system. So you have like 3-zone heating. You have that heating in the floor. Absolutely amazing. Here, foot flush toilet, which is great with a sprayer. So great bathroom design. Again, here you could take a look at the cabinetry. Matt, is there anything else you can say about the cabinetry that makes it unique to Entegra?
They actually mill it ultra close to the factory mark, so all their grains are specific to Entegra coach. You don't have mix matching as far as the grain.
Awesome point. There's a lot of manufacturers I've seen that, you know, one door would look completely different color than another. Awesome floor plan here. This one has a bath and a half, which is very popular. Matt, can you kind of point out a few neat things in the back here?
Oh, absolutely, Mark. I'm so excited about the pocket doors in this coach, Mark. The nice thing about this, Mark, did you ever drive down the road with a customer and all of a sudden you just start hearing this? It's the most unpleasant thing. It'll never ever happen in this coach because they actually use a plunger style lock for all their pocket doors in this coach, Mark. So when you engage the parking brake, it actually locks the doors into place. You'll never hear the banging around. So that's awesome.
So you don't have to run the risk of having a door open. Good.
Absolutely, awesome. Absolutely. It's a little more safe too. The other nice thing too, the Tecma toilet, Mark. This thing is virtually indestructible. It's porcelain. The whole bowl is porcelain. The top, the bottom, around the side. Easy to take care of, easy to clean. It also comes with a macerator, Mark. This thing is phenomenal. Super clean. Mark, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Some really, really unique things in the Entegra Insignia. I just wanted to kind of go over some of the things that make it really unique, and maybe I might need your help here, Matt. Believe it or not. No. So you have a 2-year warranty, which is absolutely amazing. That's part of what makes it a luxury diesel. It has a 2-year warranty. That's double any other manufacturer. Nobody does a 2-year warranty. You also have 3-year platinum level CoachNet warranty, which is a really big deal. Your chassis comes with a 3-year, 50,000-mile warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance, which is incredible. Some of the unique features that make it a luxury diesel is it has that X bracing underneath, so you don't have to worry about cracked windshields, cracked tiles. It's just a quieter riding coach. You also have that. What else, Matt?
6-inch thick wood floor, Mark.
That's amazing.
You have full 360-degree insulation.
Yep.
Most brands just don't do that. You have your hung wall fiberglass versus your lamination that the other brands use.
Awesome. So those things are just really unique. You just don't find those in a lot of coaches. So we appreciate the time you spent with us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.